like the reason that I keep doing film is because it really does fulfill me, and it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But equally, motherhood does too. Like I feel so much fulfillment from my kids too. There's so many times where I'm just with them and I'm like, I just need to like shut down the film side of me. Like it's not the right time. Like my kids are so young, I'm so sleep deprived right now, and I need to just focus on them. Your kids will feel if you're an unfulfilled parent. They can sense that from you, and it's so much better to have a fulfilled parent. It takes a lot more work and it might be a lot harder, but it's worth it to be in that home environment where they feel that joy from you. And I know that my kids will feel that from me as they get older, especially. So I'm trying my best to fulfill both parts of my soul.
Okay, well, let's get started. Sophia Prestwich.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm honored to have you on the podcast.
I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming. I'm excited to hear about your journey. And right when we got you in here, I just realized that you're the first mom we've had on the podcast. Other than my sister was on for a moment, this is the first one that like features a mom. We've had women, but it didn't click until we had thought about it that none of the other females have had kids, and here you are.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Excited. Yeah, so excited to chat.
Sophia Prestwich, the director, mom.
Yeah.
Would you say?
It's like my two most defining qualities, I feel like.
Yeah.
All parts
Got
of my
your
life.
career and then your mom.
Yeah.
I would love to just kind of start out with your name and tell me what you are. Just basically read your bio on Instagram.
I'm Sophia Prestwich, mother / director, butterfly emoji, film emoji.
Perfect. Tell me about that butterfly emoji.
It's very feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been directing for, I don't know, where should I start?
No, you just tell me what you do. Like,
Well, so
brag about yourself.
Oh, I hate that, but
here we go.
I've been directing for a while. I've been doing it more full time now for the past 3-ish years. But I've been doing film since I was really, really young. So yeah, it's kind of something that I've always known that I've wanted to do. There's never been a plan B for me. I've just gone for it, and I feel like being a mom is honestly a massive part of my identity, as most mothers I think would agree, and I feel like that has really influenced my work and what I realized I enjoy a lot. So
yeah. What kind of, like when you say you always wanted to be a director, was that literally the thing as you were like, I want to be a DP, or a director, and you started, you may have tried DPing, and I know you've shot like editing, like did it kind of change to that path, or is that always been the path for you?
I feel like innately, like I've always known I've wanted to direct, because I mean, if you ask any of my siblings, they'll probably tell you I'm like very authoritarian in our family.
You're made for it.
Yeah, like I was always bossing them around, like getting them to be in my videos. Like we had this like puppet theatre show growing up, and I would like read out the plays and like get my siblings to act out. So I feel like honestly, since a really young age, I've kind of known that that's my path. And then I went to film school at BYU, and I know how to film. Like I am confident with a camera, but when it comes to like the overall story and like vision, I get very excited about the story and like the emotion. The lighting and the camera, the technical stuff's like cool to me, but it's not where like my heart lies. So that's why I feel like I do directing, because that's what I'm kind of meant to do. So.
I love it, and I think it's so cool when you do really like lean in hard to that, because it is a little bit more difficult to say I'm a director, because it's harder to like show. The thing about like even producers, it's like they can't necessarily show their work. Even though you are, it's like images in your brain is where it starts for a director, right?
Yes.
And then you need someone's help, like a DP, to paint that picture if you're not going to DP and you just want to direct. So it's a little bit different as a director, and to become that person and just like lean into it. And what I love about your style, looking at your stuff, is you can feel you in everything. You have a very fun style, and I think even with you being a mom, you can feel that. And I think you lean into that really well.
Thanks,
with your storytelling.
That's so nice.
No, really,
I'm
it's
a
amazing.
pretty emotional person, so I feel like, hopefully that does translate in my work.
100%.
Maybe I'm also preface for this whole interview. I am like peak sleep deprivation right now.
Okay.
So
Hey, I
my
am
emotions,
too.
hopefully what you are.
Can we
Wait,
enjoy this
are you-
together?
Wait, how old do you have?
Are you
no,
just working a lot? We have an event today,
Oh,
and I have 2 videos I need to finish.
oh no.
So I was up till 3 a.m.
Oh, I'm so,
Got back here at 8, and I'm still not done.
oh, I'm
so
so
no, let's
sorry.
enjoy
We
sleep
feel that together.
deprivation.
I just feel like when you're so sleep deprived, your like emotions are heightened.
Yeah.
So I try to use that to my advantage with like things I create, but
Yeah.
just in general.
So
Yeah.
your youngest is pretty young then right now.
Yeah, he's
And-
5 months,
Okay.
and then we have a 2.5-year-old girl, and
and
yeah,
he's keeping
just
you up.
lots of fun. Yeah, he's just. I say he's a perfect baby. He just doesn't sleep. Like he's such
Yeah.
a great baby. He wakes up a lot.
It's usually you
So-
get one or the other. They're either like great during the day or they're
Yeah.
great during at night.
Yeah, he's
And
not
then
great
it's
at
the
night,
opposite.
sadly. He's up like last night he was up every hour, literally everything. He's teething right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
Well, I
what it is.
want to talk about being a mom. I think
Yeah.
that's probably the theme of this episode is like you being a mom and also being a director,
Yeah.
and then also being a female in this industry where there's not as many females,
Yeah.
and being able to kind of step into this authoritative role of like running a set, coming up with your ideas, getting clients, but also
Yeah.
balancing being a mom. How do you do it? Because I'm a dad, but I'm not. I mean, moms are different. Like
I don't do it. There is no
I
balance.
salute you because
Oh.
it's tough.
I mean, I have a very, very supportive husband.
Yeah.
Like since we've been married, he's been like my biggest cheerleader, as well as my own parents.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what aspect should I speak about first? I feel like this.
Yeah, like how do you balance being a mom and a director?
Yeah, I think number one comes down to having a supportive partner, someone that like
Yeah.
will really help you achieve those goals and just believe in you. And he is that. Like everything that I've ever wanted to pursue, he's really been the backbone. He's someone that I'll bounce ideas off of. He has a brain that's different to mine too, where he's more business minded and more logical and organized, which I really need. Whereas I'm just more like, I'm very much creative and will just jump into things without too much thought sometimes. So he'll help me kind of reel it in sometimes when I need that. So I think that's the biggest thing. But another big aspect is just accepting help and realizing like if I want to pursue being a director as well as being a good mom, that I have to have help.
Yeah.
I've tried before. I feel like with my first, I tried to like do it all and like have basically as minimal help as possible when it came down to like babysitters. And you just get burnt at both ends, and I feel like then I wasn't a very good director and I wasn't a great mum maybe at times.
Yeah.
Whereas now with my second, it's like been more of a beautiful journey of like being able to take all those lessons I've learned from having my first and apply them to my second. I mean,
Yeah.
how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure
and
you
I'm
feel that
out
with
of the
yourself.
diaper stage, like
Okay.
as of a year ago, and it's
So
amazing.
lucky. I'm
like
deep
game-
in that.
it's
I was literally
game-changing.
thinking yesterday about how many poopy, I call them nappies, how many poopy nappies I've changed in a day,
Yeah.
and it's so many.
It's so many, and especially, and is your second oldest still in diapers then?
No, she's actually just started. Well, she's basically
Potty
finished being
trained?
potty trained.
How
yeah.
old is she?
She's 2.5.
Cool.
So
I have a
that's nice.
3 almost. I guess my 3-year-old will be 4 next month.
Oh, okay.
So
And they're out of diapers then.
yes,
Okay, that's
and
nice.
and my oldest 2 are boys, and my daughter was way easier to potty train. It was
Really?
like
Okay.
easy. She's
I've
like,
heard
I'm
that
done wearing
About boys and
diapers.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just stopped.
But
So
yeah, I feel that yeah, accepting help is a really big one. Whether it's like from family, there's been times where we've looked at our month and we know that we're going to be so busy that I've literally called up my sister who lives in England and I'm like, hey, do you want to fly over to Utah for a month?
yeah,
Because it's cheaper to fly her than to pay a babysitter. So I've done that before. But I also think when it comes to balance with work and being a mom, I also think just like listening to your intuition. Like there are times when I do feel like I'm working too much and my kids need me, so then I'll maybe sacrifice or say no to a job to like just be more present with them, which is honestly the stage that I'm kind of in right now.
yeah,
I got a little bit burnt out during December, honestly. I was just go. So, and then there are times when, like, honestly already right now, like, I'm with my kids all day and I love it so much. But then I'm in the back
You're
of my head,
like,
I'm like
I wanna
itching
go
for a
direct.
project. Like, I want to go do something.
yeah.
So trying to, like, let that guide me is a big part of it too.
And then kind of leaning more towards the director side, when you do have a gig and you're being approached by a client, and obviously it looks like a lot of clients trust you and they want your style to bleed through a project? They probably this is the question, is do they come to you wanting you and your style? Do they leave it pretty open-ended for you to tell a story? And that's why I feel like, if I know the answer, it seems like a lot of your style comes through in a lot of projects. Obviously there's like the Fruyu one that was in the grocery store. That was like the wedding kind of walking down the aisle. True Fru.
That was
Sorry,
fun.
the Fruyu. Like that one is beautiful, but I would say this one's more fun than
that was fun. I was actually talking to my husband's name's Izzy. He's
okay.
Great. I was talking. I think, did you meet him?
I have. Yeah, he's been in here.
Yeah. I was talking to Izzy this morning how projects like this are really fun for me because if I didn't do projects like this, every single project would I put a lot of heart and emotion into them, and I think it would be maybe difficult to do those projects back to back because it does require a lot of like yourself, it feels. Whereas these ones are fun because it's just like lighthearted and we're having a good time. We're in Target at 3 a.m. I was like 8 months pregnant when we shot this.
That's amazing.
And we were kind of like delirious, like running off of the True Fruit snacks. But
that's cool.
To answer to your question, I feel my favorite kind of projects, I just got approached recently, my favorite kind of projects are the ones where they come to me and they have a loose idea and then they kind of like let me run with it. Sometimes when they come to me and they're just like, what do you think? I feel a little bit like I'm shooting darts in the dark.
You're just throwing darts at the board, not really knowing what you're hitting.
Like hoping that I'm getting what they want. But when they come to me with like a rough idea, then I love like fine tuning the details, getting my teeth into it. Like I always say, when it's a project that I'm really passionate about, I don't know if this is the same for you, but I like eat, sleep and breathe that project. Like I wake up thinking about it. I'm nursing my boy at night thinking about it. I'm writing down all my thoughts. Like I really try and get into it, and I think that's what I really love, and I think that's what my clients love too. They can feel that kind of passion. So
I totally relate. To answer your question to me, like I'm dealing with it now. It's why I can be here so late and edit. I'm trying to launch a few things and I can't stop thinking about it till it's done, and so it like consumes me. It's important to like finish it.
It becomes like your baby. And then you release it and then you can like move on. So kind of last kind of before we lean into your journey, when you are directing and you've got a project on your plate and you start to think about what you're creating and you start to visualize it, I think it's easy for us to assume it's common sense for you to see what you want to film, right? We have pictures in our brain. We're very creative. We have like that kind of mind. A lot of people might not, and they don't see it like you do. I want to just kind of understand, when you do get that project, what's going on in your mind, and how do you start to prepare that kind of open-ended, like if someone approaches you and they say, here's the idea, but we want you to run with it. What's your thought process, and how do you kind of originate that idea? Are you drawing on inspiration? Do you have things already you want to shoot? Like, what does that look like for you? Every project's kind of a bit different, but I would say the first thing I do is I go to something that inspires me. There's lots of things that give me different inspiration, but one of them is just looking at other directors' work that really inspires me. I never want to like copy, but the music, the visuals can really inspire me. So sometimes I'll like literally, I have so many screenshots on my phone of things that inspire me, like just shot types or the subject or whatever. So that gets to me. A big part honestly is music. Like
I agree with that.
Music can really. I'm a bit mad because in film school they were like, I remember the first project they ever gave us, they were like, do not use music, it's a crutch, blah blah blah.
Like, that is what I need.
Which I understand. I understand the exercise, but now I'm out of film school, I'm like, no, like music can be the biggest sense of inspiration. And so when I see something really powerful or feel something powerful, I will literally just I'll sit there whether I'm driving or literally just close my eyes and just think about how I want this to play out. And that really helps me kind of craft a story. Another thing though is, like my children, like just being with them, getting down on their level, really actually seeing how they see the world, and like that brings a lot of inspiration. So
the music thing is perfect. It's amazing when I hear a song, the stories that kind of come to me, even though I'm not going to pursue it most of the time. It's like I start to see like a music video or something or some really inspiring visual story.
I feel like that's how you know you're a creative, because like
I agree,
because I've asked other people, I'm like, you don't like when you're hearing a song, you like think about like the story and like what you'd imagine. They're like, no. And I'm like, oh,
I've been doing that my whole life. Like,
same, and that's why I think it's common sense for us to think that everyone's that way. But I learned quickly my wife is not that way. I'll be listening to a song and I'm like, oh, what a great story.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you're not listening to the lyrics? She's
Yes,
like,
I'm
no.
such a lyrics person.
It's like, I don't even know what they're talking about. It's just a good beat. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, the story is my favorite part.
Yes, same. That is so what draws me to songs
Yeah.
too, is like the lyrics, like the story embedded in the song is just
Finding those
could be
cool
so rich.
meanings and the hidden, like what they're actually talking about. Well, this is cool. I want to take it back to the beginning for you. I want to hear about where it started, and it sounds like it's been a thing for a while. And I also want to hear where you're from. Because you have an accent, obviously.
Yes.
It sounds like your family's in Europe.
Yep.
Cool.
So I grew up in England.
Okay.
Just in Essex, just outside London. It's like 30 minutes east. And all my family still live there. So they come to visit, which is great. I really wish they lived here.
Yeah.
But they're very
especially
supportive.
with young kids.
Yeah. But my parents are the most supportive people ever. They came over for like the first month when both kids were born, and just really hands-on. And my siblings are great too. They've also been a massive help coming over and helping.
Does anyone from your family live here, or is it just you?
Just me.
Well, I'm excited to find out what you're doing here.
Huh?
I'm excited to find out how you got here.
Oh yeah. So I moved to Utah for BYU Film School when I was 18.
Okay.
So, and my plan was never to go to university. I was a bit like anti-university.
Yeah,
for some
especially.
reason.
Are you okay if I ask how old you are?
Yeah.
I try to figure out.
I'm 28.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 29 on Wednesday.
We're almost in the same generation, but I feel like there was that, like, around when you probably graduated high school, that was like, you don't need college.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. In my high school, honestly, a lot of my friends were planning on going to university, and I just remember being like, no, like, I don't want a formal education. I want to like go out and make stuff.
And you already knew you wanted to be a director, or at least go down the film route.
I for sure knew I wanted to be in film. Yeah. If you ask anyone from high school that knew me, they would tell you like I was always making videos. I guess how far back do you want me to go?
To the beginning, the first time, the first thing that you remember. I think a lot of people were handed a camera by their parents or someone, and then it almost became just part of you if you liked it. So like it's just the earliest memory you have of not even thinking it was a career, but just like something you enjoyed.
Yeah. I mean, when I was really young, I loved writing stories on my family computer. Like, I used to actually think I wanted to be an author when I was like really young, because I just loved typing out these little stories. I'd give them as like Christmas presents to my parents and family. And so I feel like that storytelling aspect has always been like innate in me. But when I was 12, I begged my parents for a camera, and they gave me a VHS camera for Christmas.
No way.
And I was so excited.
You got a VHS. That's so sweet.
Yeah, I know. That shows you. I feel like I was on the last bit of that generation. To
get a VHS camera, because those things are tanks, and pop it in and
I know, it was amazing.
Watch it on the VCR.
I remember like spending all of Christmas Day playing with it, and far after that too. I'd like have friends over and we'd make little videos together. So that was when I was 12. And then I started watching YouTube videos when I was about 12, 13, just like these different creators making stuff. And I noticed that all of them had Macs, like MacBook laptops.
Yeah.
And we just had my like family computer, and I would try and edit on the Windows Movie Maker back in the day. And it would like crash every time I would try and make anything.
And it's like the smallest file ever.
Yeah, compared to like now, especially. So I remember like watching these YouTubers, and I was like, they all have Macs, like I need a Mac. And so when I was 13, I went to my parents, I was like, I need a Mac, and they were like, good luck saving up for one. Like that's £1,000.
Yeah. And so, what are you gonna do with it? And they're probably not seeing what you were seeing. Yeah.
And well, my parents were very supportive. I think I was one of 6 kids, and so they didn't want to just hand stuff to me. They didn't just want to hand stuff to me. They wanted me to work for it, which I'm really, really grateful for. So when I was 13, I made this very specific 8-month chart of how I was going to save up for a Mac.
Cool.
And I broke it down into months, then weeks, then days. And the next 8 months just went hard on like saving up every penny I could. And I was 13 at the time, 12 at the time. So I couldn't like go out and get a job at like Domino's Pizza or wherever. I had to like do tons of babysitting. I sold half my stuff on eBay. I went door to door and sold cupcakes that I made with my friend, which
Wow.
I'm pretty sure is illegal because you need like a license for it.
Dude, is that just in Europe, or is that like literally a thing?
No, I think, well, one guy opened the door and he was like, do you guys have like a food license?
No.
And we were
Oh, a
like,
food license.
oh,
That makes
no.
sense.
I was like, I just made these at my mum and dad's house down
What
the road.
what do you call those guys? A grump? It's like
I know,
just
yeah.
these little kids trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Shutting them down.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I finally saved up for a Mac, and then from there I feel like the sky was my limit. And every day when I had this goal, I would literally go on the Apple website and like look up all the specs, look up everything about a Mac, that it just became, I was so fixated. And I honestly feel that experience for me was very poignant looking back, because I feel that I am a very goal orientated person, and that's really translated into like my life now.
Did you get into the Apple website and like build your computer over and
yeah,
over?
I did that so many times.
I feel that. Yeah, I did that a lot.
It was so fun. But yeah, I was 13 when I got that, and then I started just making these videos. I'd film them. I remember like it was just my life. Like I remember being in school, like in maths class, and we were meant to be like doing equations, and I would literally be like writing down video ideas because I just had all these thoughts. And then I would race home, because in England and in Europe in general, well, some parts, the sun sets really early in the winter. So I remember it would be dark by like 4 o'clock in the winter sometimes, and school would end at like 3. So I would walk home as fast as I could to get home so I could film a video with natural light and then edit it. And so yeah, I did that, and then for a few years, and then when I was 15, I watched this wedding video on YouTube, and it was like the first really beautiful wedding video that I'd ever seen. And I reached out to the guy who made it, and I was like, hey, like I love this wedding video, like what lenses did you use, what camera did you use, tell me everything. And he was like, he answered my questions, and then at the end of the email he was like, I'm actually looking for an assistant to basically help me with these wedding shoots. If you'd be interested, I pay £200 a day, just like $250. Yeah, if you'd be interested. And I was like, yes, £200 a day, like
you're gonna pay me?
Yeah.
You're like, I'd have done it for free.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I went with my parents to go meet him, because he was like this 30 something year old guy, and I was this like 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
My parents are amazing people. And anyway, they took me, and he basically, we were filming weddings together. He really taught me just how to use a camera, all the manual settings and all of that. I literally thought I was like raking it in, because I was making, which honestly, looking back, being 15 is pretty good at the time, like £200 a day. But yeah, filmed all these beautiful weddings, but that really helped me like learn how to use a camera and just get comfortable and things. So then, I knew, and in the meantime as well as doing weddings, I was also still making these videos with my friends, still like doing these little fun pieces.
Like writing stories and things like that.
Yeah, they're all archives on YouTube.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious where this came from, this drive, this ambition you have that's there from a young age. It seems like that you were so set on doing this. Where did that stem from?
I've talked about this with my sister all the time. I have a sister, we're very close in age, we're a year apart. And we're very similar. But the thing that we talk about so much is I just have always had this natural drive, and she's always been so content. And honestly, I'm like jealous. Yeah, like I wish I could just
not
be
care.
content and be okay. But literally, like we've talked, and she's like, the thing is, Sophia, you've always been like this. It's not like it's just sparks when you were like 18.
Born with it,
like I've always been like this. I honestly don't know. Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like you're born with it.
Yeah, I
especially knowing you have that comparison with your sister.
Yeah.
And you're so different.
Like I said, I'm jealous. Like her husband does paragliding, and she can lay in a field all day and do watercolor painting, and so content with that life.
Wow.
And for me, I would love to do that for a day or two, but after like a week, I'm kind of like, okay, like
I'm gonna go film something.
Let's do something. Like let's make something happen.
That's so cool. I love that. I did read a post that it sounds like your dad filmed a lot of your childhood.
Yeah.
Did that rub off on you at all when you saw?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was cool because whenever
pull
I go
that
back,
up too, Ben. I think it's like number 6 or something.
Whenever I go back home, I was just there like a week ago, and I always end up watching home videos, and it was crazy how many home videos I'm asking to use the camera.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, my dad, he said he feels bad looking back because he was like, I remember like you would ask to like hold my camera and I'd be like, no, like it's
And
fine.
he had no idea.
And I was like
what
2
he
years old. Yeah, like in these clips,
How
I'm literally
cute.
saying
That's
like,
so
can I
cute.
see?
This is what I loved about this post, the contrast of what you were saying. You were raised around the camera, and then how you have moved that and where you're at with like creating your own visuals.
I mean, no one in my family is in the film industry, but like my dad just like recording our childhood on this VHS camera. And it's so like the thing that I like love about watching these home videos is they're just like long form observationalists, like letting us do our thing, whereas now we get like snippets on our iPhone of our kids, but it's only like highlights or funny things that they do. It isn't just like rolling the camera for a long take. So I kind of want to like find a camera that I can just do that and just let it roll.
That's really cool.
'Cause
we have a different like perspective on those, like that nostalgic feeling that comes with those.
Yeah,
is amazing.
Wait, do you have a camera that does that? Or,
no, I'm just saying I was raised the exact same way. My mom
yeah.
had a VHS camera. She filmed everything, and it was just funny because she didn't want to be a filmmaker, and it's probably similar to your dad. Just filmed everything, and they're just long, boring videos. But you watch those, and the nostalgia that comes with them.
It's boring to everyone else, but like to you, it's like it's so interesting seeing like the little things you did, or how your personalities like emerged since a young age, and all of that.
So that may have had an effect on you. I just love the contrast of like watching my dad film, and then how now you're filming, and the pieces are just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And so it sounds like you got your Mac. Did you get your Mac?
Yes, I got it.
Cool. And then what happened from there?
I got it in the summer. So then I started making videos like a lot, just like on YouTube, little funny things. Yeah. With friends, like I'd have friends come over from school and we'd make something together, or I'd have this concepts, and I would just create stuff.
Were you filming this with this guy that did the weddings? Did you do quite a few films with him, it sounds like?
Yeah. There was like 2 summers, I think, where I would just go and film with him. And like I said, I'm really grateful to my parents because they are very protective. So obviously, like I said, like he was older than me. I was young. But they would drive me to every wedding across the country. I would film all day. They'd come pick me up. And but yeah, I'm really grateful to him because he taught me I feel like he really took me under his wing of just teach me. He could see the passion, I think. Yeah. And he taught me all about how to just use a camera, how to film things, how to get the shots. And so that was a good kind of foundation. Yeah. For moving into bigger things.
So cool. I love the drive. And so you're filming things on YouTube. Did you start a YouTube channel with any hopes of like becoming famous?
I did start a YouTube channel. I feel like I was watching these other YouTubers back in the day, and I think part of me back then was like, oh, it'd be fun to like have a little community or things like that. I feel very differently now. Like I don't desire.
Yes. Isn't it funny how like the things you wish you could have, you're like, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. Honestly, I think about that. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't become a YouTuber.
Unanswered prayers, right?
No offense to YouTubers, love them.
Yeah.
But
it's just some people are different.
Yeah, just like the lifestyle. Just what fulfills me now is I don't think I'd be fulfilled doing YouTube videos compared to what I'm doing now. And I think that's just what you got to figure out is like what really fulfills you. So,
and that's part of your journey is figuring that out.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like you may have started a channel. You wanted to go to school, maybe. Like, what was going on at that point?
So then I was just in high school, and I was doing my A levels, which is like your qualifications you get in the UK. And I had this one teacher that I was really close with, my art teacher, and she kind of sat me down one day and she was like, are you sure you don't want to go to university? And I'm like, yeah, I'm positive, like it's not for me. And she was like, she basically listed out the people in her life that she knew who went to college and those who didn't. And at the end of that conversation, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna apply then. I feel like
like all the statistics of like success.
Yeah, and just things outside of the qualifications themselves, just talking about like connections that you make and learning how to like live on your own and have a balanced life and all these things. I was like, okay, I'll at least apply. So I applied for 3 UK universities. I didn't even, like, all my friends were touring these places and really scouting them out. I didn't even look on the websites. It was the top 3 that I like thought about that sounded
like
cool.
I like their mascot.
Yeah, literally. Like one of them was University of the Arts in London. And I was like, sounds cool to just like live in actual London for a bit. One of them I think was in Surrey. Anyway, and then I was like, you know, if I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna maybe just go to BYU and have this adventure in America. That sounds kind of fun.
So also preface, I'm a member of the church, so I knew
which
about
it would
BYU.
naturally stand out if you were. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
BYU, I know that school.
Yeah. So all my friends thought I was crazy. I remember one friend was just like, have you even been and toured the campus? And I was like, no, but I don't know about it, and it seems like a fun school. So, and I was like, if it doesn't work out, I can always come home. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the ACT was. This was 3 weeks before the deadline. So I applied really last minute and took the ACT, which by the way is the longest exam of my life.
Yeah.
In England, we do not get exams that long.
Yeah.
It's just like an hour or two, but that was like 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours, and they block all that time for you.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It was so long. So anyway, somehow got in, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. And I think at that point I was kind of excited about this adventure and just going out there. I knew one friend going out there, and I came to Utah, and then
Had you been here before?
I had
Okay.
been here before. So both my parents served missions
Yeah.
for the church, and so they have a lot of companions from
Okay.
Utah. So we'd actually grow up every few years visiting Utah. So I had a sense of
Yeah, so it wasn't.
it wasn't like my
complete
first time. Yeah.
Dropping of everything
Yeah.
and going
I
somewhere
knew
you
a bit
don't know.
about the culture and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a culture shock though, I'm not gonna lie, first getting here, because it's just different.
Tell me about it. I'm curious. Yeah, you
I
can't
mean,
say
so many
anything that
things.
won't offend anyone here because we know how we are in America.
I mean, I love Utah, especially with young kids.
Yeah.
It's a great place. But yeah, culturally, so
I've got
many
one for you
things.
while you're thinking.
What was that?
I've got something while you're thinking.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a friend come in. We went on a road trip for a client. He's from Australia, and he was blown away. He's like, everything in America is just bigger. It's
Yes.
everything's got to be bigger. It's like a bigger drink, a
true.
bigger truck. It's just so weird. He's like, you guys need so much.
Yes, it's so true. Every time I go back home, I feel like I'm driving in a little miniature
Yeah.
world. At Legoland. Have you been to Legoland
Yeah.
before?
Well,
have
I've
the
never
mini
been there,
cars.
but I know.
They have mini cars that you can drive around. I feel like that when I'm in England now, because I'm just
Oh,
used
yeah.
to America,
Tiny,
and,
yeah.
the big roads and everything.
That's true. Even the roads, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd never been to England. I've been to Scotland.
Oh, okay.
And kind of similar.
Yeah, similar sized roads and stuff. But yeah, culturally things are just different in regards to humor.
Yeah.
I love
It's hilarious.
I love British humor. I actually love Australian humor too, because I feel like they're very similar. It's very dry.
I love Australian humor.
Lots of banter. The way people interact with each other is just different here. I feel like in England growing up, my relationships felt very deep because we just kind of had each other. Who your friends were, you just kind of clung to them. Whereas I feel like here, especially in Utah, there's so many the friendliest, kindest people, and they are genuinely kind too. I don't think most people are fake or anything. But I think because there's so many, it's trying to make sure that you have those deeper friendships.
Yeah.
Can take a bit more work.
Totally.
Well, I feel like I do have those in my life now, which I'm
Yeah.
really grateful for. But yeah, I think that's a cultural difference.
You can have a lot of new friends coming in constantly and
Yeah.
do I put a lot of effort into this?
Yeah.
Is this I totally
Yeah.
hear that for sure.
Yeah.
Especially just in Utah, there's a lot of people that just can relate on us on so many levels that, and there's a lot of moms and a lot of
Yeah.
young kids here.
Yeah.
So,
Another thing I think that's specific to Utah is how intermingled your personal life is with your work life and church and everything. In England, there's obviously just more of that separation of okay, I'm going to see this person at school and then this person at church and then this person at work. Whereas here
interesting.
it's a lot more intermingled, which I love.
Yeah.
I actually love. But then sometimes it is hard. But I think try and use that to my benefit.
Yeah. Because you work with a lot of the same people you went to school with. Is that still the case, or have you expanded outside?
I feel like I've expanded quite a bit, yeah. The people I work with now, I actually didn't go to school with any of them, which is crazy. But those connections that I made, I'm really grateful that I went to film school, ultimately, because I feel like those connections I made have led to opportunities and getting to work with them again, which I love. There's a composer that I've worked with since making, my capstone projects in my senior year at BYU, and I love working with him. He's great, and we feel the same way about each other, which is great.
And was it the ad lab, or did you just get into the film program?
I did the film program.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is really interesting looking back, because I feel like I wasn't even aware really of the advertising program.
I didn't know of it either until I had Tanner and
Yeah.
Asher and like all these guys that went, and I was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah. I think the advertising program's really good, actually. And I think it's interesting because I'm doing commercial directing now, which
Yeah.
is way more suited, I think, to the advertising program.
Totally.
But I love that I did the film program because I feel like that gave me a really strong base for understanding how to really get into stories and tell them, and just the storytelling aspect
It's
is.
very theory based, right? Isn't
It was very theory based,
Yeah.
and that's what I was itching. I do love it, but I was itching for that hands-on experience, which
Yeah.
I feel like I did as
Cool.
well.
Were you, so going back a little bit, you applied, you got into BYU, that transition of like moving to the States, still pursuing film, was director still on your mind? Was this a career path for you? Were you working? Like, what was it like at that point? Were you leaving clients even in Europe that you were starting over with?
No. So when I was back in the UK, I did a few like really small like brand pieces, if you can even call them that. Like I remember one time I did a thing for these girls that I knew who did like a fashion thing, and they paid me. I did this whole like day shoot, edited and everything, and they paid me in a smoothie. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Thank you.
Did they tell you not, like when you finished, you're like, so you're gonna pay me? Like, oh yeah, here's a smoothie.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, that's so nice. But so I wasn't really doing much like branded stuff then. It was more just like things for fun with friends, and then wedding videos, honestly. But when I came to the States, I mean, I was an international student, and I really feel for international students. Like my heart is with them, because you can only, the work restrictions are really strict. You can't, they're really strict on what kind of jobs you can get. It has to be directly to do with your major. So in regards to like work and getting jobs to earn money to pay for projects that I wanted to create, that was honestly such a thing that was tricky for me. But I was shooting a ton of weddings during my time at BYU. Like I think I've shot over 100 weddings, maybe more. But
Wow.
I was doing that to pay for school through an internship through my school. Everything had to be done really like legally, because I don't know, you hear horror stories of like people getting kicked out and things like that. Yeah, it's such a real fear. Like, I feel that at the time. So I feel, yeah, like I said, I feel for international students.
Interesting. I didn't realize that. So like it is more of a free country here in that sense. Like you kind of have more opportunities to pursue whatever you want.
Yeah.
Is that the case? Or
you do, but then there's like those limitations. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want, but you have to make sure you go and get the degree, and
yeah, it has to be done through the
do it.
school. If you're going to be paid, it has to be done a certain way. So yeah, that's all tricky a bit. But throughout film school, I did know that I wanted to direct. I think the whole time. There was never really a time where, I mean, I experimented with doing DP work, but I think I always had this like, but I want to tell the story. Like,
Yeah.
I want to control what we're showing here. And also, although I do know lighting, I would say I'm not the most technical person. I feel like I'm technical because I have to be, not because I want to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story is where my heart kind of lies. So, sorry.
Well, what was cool was when I met you, or I didn't even meet you, I just saw you were in here, and it's always cool to see female filmmakers. And you had a client that had hired you, and you were here shooting that video.
Oh yeah.
It was the girls, or there's like a tan background, I can't remember.
Yeah. For Good News brand, I think.
And then Ben told me about you. I don't think we had met that day, but you were operating was it a Ronin with a red?
Yeah.
That's cool to see.
Yeah, thanks.
And like you're not like a big guy, right?
No,
That's like, I mean, you're a small girl, and to see you operating that big camera was so cool, and it's just fun to watch. So the reason I bring that up is that you are doing the camera work. You have done that. So you understand it.
Totally,
and you just knew though this whole time that it's like you want to tell the stories.
Yeah.
But you'll take the gigs that pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's interesting because with clients now, there are some clients that I still would like do the shooting and do the editing and all the things, but moving a lot more into directing now, I tell clients like, hey, if you can afford it and have the budget for me to just direct this, like this will turn out so much better, and here's why, because I can focus on the story, and that is where I can get passionate and tell something really great, and then I can hire my crew to be professionals in their roles. Like, yeah, because I know I'm not the best at DPing or lighting or editing, but I can do those jobs pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's why I do try and push clients as much as possible to like go into that higher tier budget so that I can
afford a crew,
do directing. Yeah,
that's cool. And that's really fun for you to be able to pitch clients in that way.
Yes.
Because I think I'm even thinking of myself, like I can do it all, and it's like they're always wanting to save money, right? And so it's like
totally.
Instead of me like really pushing for that, a lot of the times I'll just take the budget that they have so they don't move on. But like for you to really have that, like I want to push and like be able to sell, I think is a huge piece. Sell yourself and your vision, because even you just telling me that, I can feel the passion. If I'm a client, I'm like, oh, I want to see what this turns into. Let's give her an extra, $2,000 or $3,000, whatever it needs to be to get a little bit of a crew. So that's cool.
It's interesting because I do feel like, at least this phase that I'm in now, I do feel like I have to be a little bit of a saleswoman. But I don't feel like I'm selling when it's an idea I'm passionate about. Like I'm just so excited. If it's something I'm truly like, yes, I can like really get behind this. I'm not trying. I'm just putting out how I feel about it.
You're asking.
And I try my best to like tell them the vision and stuff. But
and painting it.
Yeah.
So when you're in the BYU film program, what kind of gigs are you working on at this point? Are you getting hired? Like what are you? I know you said you did a ton of weddings.
Yes.
What are you doing trying to break into this directing career?
Yeah, I mean, I remember my second to last semester having like a bit of a midlife crisis because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna graduate. Like, how am I gonna do this? So at the same time that I was graduating, I also met my husband, and it was also COVID. We had a COVID wedding.
Nice.
And I was still doing wedding videos, like a lot of them, just to honestly pay our rent. Like I remember sitting down with him and being like, okay, if we can make $1,000 every month, we can make it, because our rent was really cheap and our lifestyle.
Was he at BYU too?
He was at UVU.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Shout out to the Wolverines.
What did you study film?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I knew it from high school. That's what I wanted to do. And so I went to UVU, and I didn't go to, like I had an opportunity because I was interning on some films here locally, and I knew the dean. And he was trying to put together an opportunity for me to come to BYU, and I just was like, I want to be more hands-on, and I've heard that it's so theory-based, and I wanted to be a DP. I wanted to be Devin Supertramp. Like I wanted to do all that, and so I was like, UVU's where it's at, just because I've heard the things about just being so hands-on. And have you met Jeremy Prusso? He's the big bearded guy that I had in here that is a DP. Okay. He kind of like, I'm not gonna say he built it, but it was like him and his class that really put UVU on the map as like that kind of school. Yeah. So it had just kind of started becoming that reputation when I started there, but yeah.
You worked at Devon Supertramp.
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought
for
I had
almost
that on
4 years, and that's kind of where I did I learned a ton, and then I turned into this like e-commerce type.
Okay, cool.
Because Nomadic reached out to me. You know Nomadic? Oh. They hit me up while I was at Supertramp. They're a bag company.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Peter
yeah.
McKinnon
Wait, yes,
bag.
I know. Yeah.
They hit me up while I was at Supertramp, and they laughed about it because they were like, "There's no way he's gonna want to work for us. He works for Supertramp." But I was on my way out mentally already, so I was kind of looking for other opportunities, and then they approached me, and I was like, "I can do this," and that's where e-commerce kind of took off. But started there. Good old Supertramp days.
Yeah.
Did you watch those videos?
I did. When I was in England, I'd be watching those, and honestly was like part of maybe what made me want to come to Utah. Yeah. Because I was like, every day my life's gonna be this.
Just a party.
Yeah, like literally, I remember thinking that. But I loved Devon Supertramp's videos back in the day. I actually haven't seen much of his recent work anymore, but yeah, back then I was just like, this is so fun.
Yeah, he leans hard into reels now.
Oh, really?
Like he just sees so much success just repurposing what he's created. You still get some good brand deals, but
yeah, I need to look at his stuff.
I'm curious to see how the AI thing's going now that YouTube cracked down on that. He had like a whole AI platform that he had like a year planned out. Every day a video was coming out where it was just AI videos.
No way.
Yeah, but I don't think you monetize them anymore. Anyway.
Getting
sidetracked. UVU, your husband went there.
Oh yeah. He studied finance.
Gotcha.
So finance and film.
Very different.
Yeah, very different. So we got married, and then as I was doing these wedding videos, like I said, he's the one that's very business minded, and he was like, Sophia, why are you doing these like one-time jobs when you could be doing videos for companies that are like more sustainable, because you can get work again and again and again. And I was like, that's a good point. So we kind of just, I say we because we actually did a lot of the filming together for a few years.
Cool.
He's now doing his own thing, which I'm really proud of him for. But yeah, he basically, he would film a little bit, but he'd mostly manage the business side and manage clients, and I would just focus on creative stuff. Cool. So it was a really fun time, especially being newly married, like doing it together.
Yeah.
And during COVID too.
Totally. I did the same thing with my wife, even though she was
Wait, you worked together?
She worked with me. I did tons of weddings.
Okay, cool.
It's interesting.
Cool.
We have a very similar path, but she was a nurse. She was going to school to be a nurse at Utah, and I did tons of weddings, and I would just bring her on because I wanted to hang out with her, obviously.
Yeah,
and so
same.
and then just being able to hang out at a wedding, like how fun is that?
I know.
And so she'd come in second shoot, and never once did she think she wanted to do it. It was like just fun to hang out. But
wait, is she a nurse still?
She was a nurse until we had our second kid, and then she was doing. It's the holidays are so hard because like she has to do a Christmas or a New Year's or Thanksgiving. You have to do one. So she missed one, and she did a lot of nights, and nursing was just so hard. And I would take like our second two. She worked at Mountain Point just right here.
Oh yeah.
So I would take him in to get nursed, like in the middle of the night with my other 1-year-old. I think two. He would have been 2. So yeah, it was just tough, and we got to a position too with work that I could allow her to just be a stay-at-home mom. And she's been that ever since, but still has her degree, or her license. Just maybe one day she'll do it again. Yeah.
Being a nurse, I have so much respect. I love nurses. My best friend's a nurse, but it's a hard lifestyle, I think, with trying to be a mom too. I relate so much, by the way, on the feeding the baby thing, because with my first, she was exclusively breastfed, unplanned. Like we tried giving her a bottle, but she did not take a bottle. So my husband had to bring her every 3 hours.
That was my second kid.
So hard. With the second, I'm like, he has to take a bottle. No, my second was the same way. He was so attached to her, and he still is. He's such a little cuddly mama's boy. So sweet.
Little sweetheart. But my first kid was so easy. Like he would take a bottle from me all day, but then once we had the second one, it was like, okay,
you never know what you're gonna get.
Stop working. I know.
Such a gamble.
I know.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like you and I do have similar stories.
Very similar. It's interesting. And your husband helped with the filming, but then you guys started pushing towards these gigs.
Yeah.
Or so we companies, started, I guess.
What was that, sorry?
Or I meant companies, like you're looking to pursue companies.
So originally it was just literally anything and everything, like people in our ward, because remember this was still during COVID, so it was kind of a weird time. But people in our area, we would shoot for like pest control companies and literally anything. And then there was actually a lady in our area who was the owner of Gather, which is a like mummy baby brand, and she knew that we did video. And so this might be, oh wow, you're so prepared. Yeah, this is a Gather shoot I did a few years ago. But yeah, I started working with them, and I was like, whoa, this is fun. Like, this is, no offense, pest control companies, this is way more fun than pest control companies.
Totally. We've shot for pest control, I get it. And they get it too.
I don't know, like, you're around kids all day. I love being around kids. I got to work with this group of really amazing women, this female founded company who's the founders I just have so much respect for. And I was just like, this is what I enjoy doing. So from them, I started doing more and more work with these just like female-based companies, which there are a lot of in Utah. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of where I found my niche, is thriving in that area. And yeah, it was just so fun, like creating this work.
That's cool, because you're right. There are a ton of female-founded companies, and tell me a little bit about that relationship, because I'm a man and I have worked with a lot of our clients have been female brands for whatever reason, and there's got to be some kind of like, obviously you can relate, but like, what is it like going into a female branded company as a female and pitching them your service? Is it just like a, thank goodness we've got a female director, we're sick of dealing with these guys? What is that like? Is it an easy sell? Do Do you prefer that? Like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know any different because I'm not a man.
Well, of course.
But
I shouldn't ask that question. Like,
no. no. It's a great question. I know what you're saying. I feel like, yeah, I mean, there's a sense of relatability. I mean, I'm sure that you know how it is. Like, we don't know each other super well, but I can tell you're like a really easy person to get along with.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of it's just personality.
Yeah.
I feel like personality plays a big role in like getting a sale with a client, because they want to work with people that are excited, that are easy to work with, that are going to like achieve this vision. And so I feel like that plays into it. But I do think being a mum does have a big influence over female founded companies, because there's just maybe things that I see that someone otherwise wouldn't see,
Totally.
or maybe angles that I would want to get that someone else wouldn't, or scenes that would relate so much to other people, their audience specifically, that maybe someone else wouldn't get. But I don't think, like, I will never say that a man couldn't direct something female based.
Yeah.
But
you definitely have a little bit more a different approach than just that relatability of like an entrepreneur mom.
Yeah.
Being able to understand that. But also I think it seems like you love to work with kids.
I do love working with kids. They're so fun. That's
hard.
It is, but I just think they're so, like, most of the time they are so fun. I know that they can be unpredictable sometimes, and sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, but I think if you just allow in the schedule, especially like buffer time, which whenever I do shoots with kids now, I try to make sure we have like some buffer time, because there's always very likely going to be that one child that's like having a hard time or doesn't want to cooperate. But yeah, I just love the sense of fun and lightness that they bring to a set, and sometimes with a room full of adults it can feel a bit stuffy, or a lack of excitement maybe, but kids, it's just like, how can you be serious when they're like having a great time? And
they could care less about what you're doing.
For them it's just fun. It's
I took a couple of my clients. Rags was one of them. Then Baby Bling. Have you ever heard of them? They actually, their office used to be this red barn right here. But did a lot of stuff with kids. Loved it. But you just show up and you basically
hope for the best.
Just roll and okay, here, try to do this, and here's what I need, and just kind of hope for what comes. That also probably helps too with you being a mom.
I do think that helps. Like pre-kids, I mean, I have always loved babies and children and stuff, honestly, but I think I know how to like talk to them a bit better now, especially my kids, like my little girl's age, like toddlers. I'm prime with toddlers because I know how they work. I feel like, or I don't know. I can understand them a bit better. But I think the trick with children too is just following their lead, like creating it. At least for me, this is my process of just creating an environment that will feel fun and enjoyable for them, but kind of setting the stage and then letting them do their thing, like trying to give as much direction as possible. But if they are not budging and not cooperating, just like leaning into what they're doing, because you know this, but you can always just feel on camera if something feels too staged or too. But if they really are just having a great time, like you get that sense. So
the idea too of making it fun, like, and if they are, tense, they're nervous. I mean, obviously there's a crew watching them, and kind of getting into their world and getting down to their size. Asking them about, what they got on, like, what are, kind of shoes are those? Things like that.
You're probably great with kids too, because you have.
I love kids.
How old's your oldest again?
9.
9. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have an edge because I mean, honestly, for me, like I can work with older kids too. Teenagers scare me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I am the same way. I'm kind of awkward around teenage kids because I'm like trying to be cool, or I hope they don't think I'm weird.
I feel like I'm just off of that threshold now where I'm like, can we relate? I don't know, like.
Am I old?
I'm like trying to watch TikTok. Stay in the loop, but
but I love kids, and it's been so fun. And I have worked with a ton of kid brands.
That's cool.
Just because it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
But it's a challenge in its own way for sure.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like in this. We're almost to where you're at now, I think, right?
Yeah.
That was 2020, 21.
Yeah.
How did these gigs start coming around? And you do a lot. It seems like you work with the same companies now.
Yeah.
Was that starting back in 2021, or what was going on around that time?
So 2021 started just doing these
videography projects. Like I would say that I've transitioned from like the videography world more into the actual film world of working with crews. I don't know how you feel about this. I feel like there's this weird dynamic sometimes with like videographers and the film world. Like they seem like kind of separate worlds to me that are merging a little bit more.
Like you're talking more like traditional,
like commercial filmmaking where there's a set of 100 people.
Yes.
That's like a film commercial, which I've been on, and they're fun. But then there's videography, which is I show up with my camera and I edit. That's videography.
Yes.
But then there's this middle ground, this beautiful middle ground, which I feel like I'm in, honestly, and I'm so grateful for, where it's like I'm given this budget and I get to direct and produce something. My husband, by the way, he acts as my producer most of the time for a lot of the shoots, which I love. He's great at that. But where I get to work with these crews of like 10 to 15 people, and there's not all the fluff that you get, in my opinion, when it's a massive set sometimes, but you just get to create great work and you're all excited and passionate, and the client's happy, and it's just direct to the client, which is the work that is really fun for me too.
Totally.
So yeah, I don't know.
No,
I was side tangent, but
I actually love it that you brought that up, because when I was at Supertramp, YouTube was just becoming this thing. Like DSLRs were like a thing, because before that the equipment was not as accessible as it is now. Like you think about lights, you had to like rent them from these warehouses. You weren't buying, like aperture was not even a thing, and when they became a thing, it was the 300s, or was it the 150 or something, and it was like no light.
Oh really?
300 I think was what it was when it started, but they were just tiny, right? So talking to kind of your point of this middle ground, that wasn't quite a thing. Like when I wanted to go down this bigger budget like film route, and then realized the effect it has on family life, that I was like, I don't want that. So then it was like, I want to be Supertramp and I want to do YouTube. And so as I was at Supertramp, I started to see the same world you're talking about, because I was watching like Harmon Brothers and Chamber Media, and they were huge budgets and huge crews, and I'm like, why do we need all this stuff? And so there was this shift happening, and it's still kind of happening, and you're in that world of like, there is the time where yes, you can do everything yourself, and the project will suffer a little, even though it'll still be great. It could be better. And having that extra, $5,000 to put towards a really good team is the best thing ever.
100%.
We will definitely do the smaller shoots, especially here. Like I can run an entire shoot just me, because I have everything at my fingertips. Like we have an iPad to control the lights, and
you're so lucky, well not lucky, but just blessed that you have this studio.
It's been amazing. We did a shoot for Journey that was Ben got sick, and it was just gonna be me and I think one other person and him. That it was this big shoot, 2 cameras on the LED wall, big stage, bunch of actors and the client.
Wow.
But just having everything like here, I could do it all myself, and I did the whole day, and it was like,
that's amazing.
Wow, that was the first time I realized that I can do that here. But where I'm getting to is we have that same client. They have a few shoot companies, and Birdie's is one of them, and we hired Josh Miller as our DP for those.
Cool.
It's the best way to shoot anything, like to be able to direct and focus on the client, focus on the actors, focus on the story, and letting each team member step into their roles and just thrive. And collaboration, right? It's the best thing. It's just to have that 5 to 6, maybe 7 people crew.
Everyone does a lot in their role, but they do a great job at it as well.
And then there's crossover too, which is fun. Like sometimes they'll gaff if they're a DP, and I'm stepping in and setting up a light if I need to, and things like that. So.
I know. I find it hard sometimes, because like half of me is like, okay, I should just, like when I'm working with these crews, I'm like, should I be carrying equipment and helping set up these things and do a bit of art direction? And my husband all the time is like, Sophia, just sit back, like just focus on the directing. But there's this part of me like, no, I came from this world where I was doing everything, so like why would I ask someone to move that plant 2 centimeters when I could do it myself? At the same time though, I do know that there's like an important world where there's reasons for roles, and I think when you like get to a higher level, it is important to like stay in that. But like the kind of sets that you and I are talking about, I feel like it is fun when it's just a small
throw on your headset, sit behind a monitor, and just
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
But really just like the idea of being a painter, and I know the
Yeah.
DPs are painting, but like, or an orchestrator, right? And just helping people play their instruments and support them.
It's a great
But
way
I'm
to
that
describe
person.
it.
I do way too much sometimes. Like, I feel bad asking for help. And
Yeah.
I'll just jump in and grab it and move it. And
You probably get to a point though, like as a business owner, especially like just running your business, where you
Yeah.
have to delegate, and
I have to.
you
and
can't otherwise.
Yeah.
You would never see your children.
No. And
Or your wife.
This is such a hard business to run for that reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that my name's on the company. Like, even had Danny in here yesterday, Danny Garcia from Film Lab, and just hearing about, you know, what Film Lab's dealing with as a business. It's so hard to scale.
Yeah.
And delegating your work and handing that off. And that's what I love about your approach, wanting to be just a director, because on my side of things, I love to direct, I love to shoot, I love to edit, and I also love to run the business, which
That's
hinders
a lot of
us.
hats.
It
And you're a
hinders
dad.
us. Yeah, it makes it hard to grow. But I love all the things, so I like to do all the things, but then it's like, how do I delegate? Where if I just wanted to be a director,
Yeah.
like my buddy Zane O'Gwyn, like he just wants to direct and write. Like I am so jealous of that, and just like, it's hard for me to just want to do one thing. But so it's really cool that you found that thing and you're leaning into it and you're able to get the crews. And so kind of going into that now, as you're getting these clients and kind of building your reputation really as this person, what kind of clients were coming in? What kind of budgets were you dealing with? And how did you kind of build this team that you seem to work with pretty consistently?
Yeah. I mean, I do strive to switch up who I'm working with depending on the project.
Totally.
Specifically like the DP. I mean, I feel like that they are a right-hand man or woman for projects. So like depending, that's like the first thing sorry, I'm not going to answer your question for 1 sec and then I'll go back.
You're good. No, good. Go around.
I have 10 tabs open in my mind at like any given time, but I always go back to the original one. But
you'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, depending on the type of project that comes in will really affect like who I ask to DP it. So yeah, if it's something that's like a bit more comedy based, like the True Free stuff, I don't know, that's why I asked Hannah, because I knew that he had a good style for that. If it's something to do with kids, I'll ask my friend Pierce. He's great with kids.
I actually have Pierce coming on in 2
Oh,
weeks.
you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Stoked.
That makes me happy. I'm excited.
Yeah.
That'll be a good episode. Yeah, he's great. And then if it's something really feminine oriented, I'll ask my friend Sydney. So like, it does depend on the project of who I ask for the crew. But when it comes to like gaffers and grips and sound people, I do kind of have my people that I love to use. But I'm always looking to expand too, because people aren't always available. But yeah, it's just nice when you work with the same people a lot, because you just build this trust and this flow that's really nice to get into. But to be honest, I am this year, like I am trying to expand my network a little bit of DPs I work with and people, just because, I don't know, I like seeing the different kind of collaborations that can come about from that. But what was the budgets? What kind of budgets?
It doesn't even have to be specific to budgets, just like the scale of what you're working on.
Yeah.
Because you progressed into this bigger budget type.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say bigger budget, but like what you're talking about, this middle ground of
So I feel like it's interesting because there are directors here who I think I'm assuming. I know that there are directors who wait around for those big calls and to get that job. But I think, like I kind of talked about earlier, like this drive and determination that I have, that is not me. Like I cannot sit around and wait for someone to call me up and maybe I'll get to bid on a project and then maybe I'll get the project. So I'm very much into just making my own work happen. And so I think what's been my path is doing these smaller videos for clients for even a few years, some of them, and really gaining their trust and then pushing them to do the bigger stuff. So I remember my first one that was kind of like that. First of all, I did a spec project, and for that spec project, I put a few thousand of my own money into it, and it was a film about my baby and kind of pregnancy and birth, just because that's what I was passionate about at the time. I still am.
You heard a song.
What was that?
You heard a song, and you're like,
yeah, I heard a song, and I was like, this
I gotta make it.
But from that spec project, I was able to then basically, I feel like, persuade a client to go into that bigger budget. It was Press Floral, and I was doing videography for them, but they had this concept, and I was like, guys, this sounds amazing. Like, I think we can make this really good, but to get to this level, we need quite a bit more. Can you like do it?
And they weren't used to that because they were used to me charging, you know, way lower. But because I had that spec project, I feel like I was able to use that as leverage of like, this is the quality you'll get because it's with a crew and I'm just directing, like I'll just focus on the story and we can make it great. So I got my first project with them, and I'm really grateful for that because I love the owner of Press Floor. She's amazing. Her name's Sarah. She's amazing. If you didn't just do Filmmaker's journey, she'd be a great entrepreneur to talk to.
I'll hire her just to talk about working with you.
Oh, well, no.
So what's it like working with Sophia?
She's so great. But yeah, I feel like from there, I was able to get that project, and I actually lost money from that. I like put the whole budget back into the project. I hired Pierce to shoot that, and we had a really small crew, 5 or 6 people. And then again, same pattern with other companies. The Maybe video that I just directed, that again was working with this client for over a year, making these smaller videos for them, and then they come to me with a concept and I'm like, guys, we can make this great if you just trust me. And they did. They gave us the bigger budget. Again, put most of that, like almost all of that into, I think I made $500 on that total after I paid like a colorist, sound designer, everyone. But then from that opportunity, a New York company just reached out to me, a baby brand, and they've given me this budget to make this thing that I'm like, okay, I can like make a little bit, but also like pay my crew fairly and make it happen. So yeah, I think it's a lot of like sacrifice at the beginning, especially just time and financially. But if you're passionate about it and you know that you can tell a good story and get that emotion, that's like what it's going to sell and get you the next job. So
totally. And kind of going back to the whole sales, like selling your thing, selling yourself, it seems like you're doing a lot of brand work, a lot of you've got some products, but like it's beautiful stuff, and it's just like kind of, it's very story driven. How do you sell that knowing there's probably not a huge ROI, or at least there's not it's not an ad that's like, buy this product. Which I love, because I think things are trending that direction to be more story driven and entertaining. But how do you sell that, almost saying you're not going to don't expect an ROI from this, and especially when you're selling yourself into those bigger budgets? How do you do that?
I mean, I think it's interesting because I look at maybe what you're doing in like Film Lab and these guys who probably do have like maybe the stats to show for it of like, here's your actual what you will get after you do this. For me, I really push with the emotion, like, and the thing is, you can't guarantee that something will go viral, but then again, I hear back from clients and they tell me like, these videos did so well, like these videos got us this much in sales. So I guess I do have those stats to like prove. I should honestly like write them down, but like the Maybe video that went viral, that's like, I think I don't know how many views now, but it's over 1 million. And I know that's obviously gotten them sales. And I think with the kind of commercial filmmaking that I really love is where you can't even tell like what the product, I mean, you can for sure by the end what the product is, like after you look back, but during it you're just so like embedded in this story and like deep into like this person's life or this character or whoever, that it doesn't feel like someone putting a product in your face. And that's the kind of filmmaking
I love those videos when you're watching and you're watching the ad and it's a great story, and then you all of a sudden realize there's a shop now clickable. You're like, this is an ad? Wow, well done.
I hope that we're moving more to that kind of style of filmmaking or advertising.
I think we are.
I'm curious.
I think, it comes down to the funnel, and this is what I am constantly telling brands, and this is like leaning into my model, which is the partnership model.
I should talk with you about this.
Because like every company with the algorithm these days and the way that Meta works is you need so much different type. You need a huge, you need to fill your funnel full of a bunch of different types. And a lot of what you're doing is that top of funnel branded, just like beautiful imagery that represents a product in a really beautiful light. And then if they're interested in that story, or then they see the product, and it takes like 7 times for someone to really make a purchase eventually. But it starts there, and then the algorithm goes, oh, they liked that, and then it gets them in the funnel, and it's like now they're going down to the UGC stuff and like the photos, and it's like, but you're not dealing with that part of things. But there is that need for these more story-driven branded videos. So I think that people are realizing that too.
Yeah.
It represents their company in such a good light too.
Yeah. And like if you can create a story that will help people feel something deeply, then I think that then again when they do see maybe that more in your face commercial of like or just video of just here's a product, they just attach the story and the feeling with the product, and so it makes them more inclined to buy that thing. But yeah, like you talking about just a funnel, and I know like with CRMs, not just all the businessy things, my husband's so about that, and he would love for me to like push what I'm doing into that, but I'm like no. I'm staying in the creative world where I'm feeling very fulfilled and thriving, and I'll let the experts deal with, like you. Deal with all of the business stuff.
I like working with companies that have those people in house. So they're hiring us just to create the content and not necessarily being results driven.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
that's nice.
they have that team in house that's focused on their company. So I work with them, and it's like they're like your husband, where they're the analytical. Because I don't love that. So I love to actually collaborate on it and like find out what works. But I prefer not to push the ads or run the ads. Be attached to the results.
I feel like that would get to me.
What would?
Like the results. If I like if my work was based off of like just how many
ROI,
ROAS. I think
ROAS.
that would ruin my like creative soul a bit.
So it's hard to be creative if like that's not there for sure. But like having those teams deal with that, and then them coming to you with that side of it and that angle, it's like, okay, here's what we can do, and how do we integrate that into what you do, and working together on that, I think is really cool. There's one more question I want to get to before we kind of lean to the end of this is when this is kind of going back to my original thought with you, is like you have a very interesting style. It's very emotional. When you are going into that with a new client, and you've got, when I see an image, let's say a video that you've created, let's pull up her first video on her Instagram just to watch through that as I'm asking this question. You've got these images in your brain. You've got a DP that you seem to be working with DPs more often these days. How much of it is that, like that image, is that you exactly what you see? How much of it is a collaboration with your DP? What is that give and take, and how much of it is you pushing for this image exactly the way you want it, or is do you get where I'm getting at?
I do,
Like, is this,
do I have an image in mind?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, I'd hope so, but like at the same time, are you forcing that image? Is that collaboration?
Right.
Like,
I get what you're saying.
did you paint this picture?
Right. I think that there are specific moments in this one in particular that I had a very specific visual in mind. There's a shot of a woman running through a field of flowers. That I was like, we have to have that. This one right here too. She's coming up out of the water. That I had in mind.
Love that.
Everything else, you might see it a bit later. So I would say, that's an interesting question, because my approach is actually more documentary based.
Cool.
That was actually the track that I was in at BYU Film School, was a documentary track. And I feel like I love to set up the scene. I love to have the locations and the models in place. Once I have that in place, I'm like, okay, now I can make it specific. But a lot of what I do is just in the moment, like what feels right, what's gonna like add to the story, the emotion or whatever. So
you're getting the scene and then you're playing.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
And that's the funnest way to work, because sometimes on shoots that are so specific, I guess many of my shoots haven't been like this, but the sets that I've been on when I was like in film school PAing, like the very specific moments and specific shots, you have to like be a perfectionist, because if it's not how it is in your head, it takes so much tweaking and making it perfect. And for me, that process is honestly kind of frustrating. I just want to like just shoot something, especially because a lot of my work's with kids. I want to shoot something in the moment that feels like real and authentic. I think the longer you take and tweak and whatever, especially with kids, it's gonna feel less and less genuine. So for me, my process is just kind of having the talent, having the location, and then like this stuff, for example, with her in the field, there's like 2 shots that I have in mind where I'm like, okay, we have to get that, but then the rest of it, it's just playing. It's
just having fun with it. But like kind of leaning into that even more, maybe even looking at like more story driven. This seems more of a montage.
This one was a bit more montagey.
When you're let's look at I loved the For You one you just did. That was just the carousel. Just the images. It wasn't the final video. Tanner posted it as well. True Fruit. I keep calling it Fruit You. What is that? Is that a... Yes. True Fruit.
Oh yeah, that one was fun. So this one was different that's a lot different from the...
Did you storyboard? Did you have these shots in mind? Because you're telling a story.
Yes.
And you don't want to fix it in post,
That's
even
a good
though
question.
we always do.
Yeah, this approach is very different from like the documentary style one I just did. So this one, they came to me with the story. They were like, here's like the general concept. We want like these things to happen, and then I'll go away and I'll actually storyboard it myself. Then once the storyboard basically gets approved, then they will, then I'll come up with a shot list, and basically piece it all together.
Love Tara, by the way. She's so fun.
Wait, do you know her?
Oh yeah,
She's
I've worked with her.
funny. Oh my gosh, we were dying on set.
She's so fun.
That was a lot of improv acting, and then these moments, like we didn't even have lines for this. We would just have her kind of say what felt right in the moment. These ones you do have to have a much stronger story in mind, and like that previous one that we watched was very much documentary based. This one is a lot more fiction, a stricter storyline because things have to line up.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that things make sense continuity wise.
Yep. So that kind of goes into when you're on set, you have a general idea of the location. I'm just kind of thinking through how I kind of do things. Like I show up to the set with the scene, with the table. You kind of know what you need, the coverage you need, the shots you need. Are you working with the DP to determine where to put the camera, or do you already know where you want it?
I already know where I want the camera.
Cool.
For almost every shot. Sometimes we'll have a discussion about like lens choices.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I know. Like for this specific shot, I knew I wanted that kind of
Love that
severance moment.
Yes. Parallax.
But yeah, I love the collaboration aspect of working with a DP and just getting their thoughts. So sometimes if something isn't looking quite right, I will like just be like, what do you think? And then they'll tell me, and then we'll kind of find a happy medium.
Love when you get into a scene or just an image like this, and they're kind of going back to what you said, but it doesn't feel right, and you're just like, gosh, what is it? And then you make a few tweaks with the light, you maybe fix the composition or whatever it is, and it just sings to you.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my gosh,
it's so fulfilling.
This image is beautiful.
Yes.
And I think about that a lot when it happens, and then when I post the videos or like, I'm really proud of something and people just don't see it like you do, and it's like you have no idea what went into that.
So much work.
Shot. Yeah.
So much
work.
And
it just feels amazing. And I think about that when I see a lot of commercials on TV or shots in movies, and I'm like, I just want, like, I know what that DP was thinking when he got that shot.
100%.
And you're like,
you can't watch things the same way because you just like, I'm the exact same.
And then people just like not appreciating it like you would.
Yes.
That's what I love about film.
I remember I showed my friends one time the True Fruit commercial that we showed at the beginning with the Tia walking down that aisle. And they knew that I'd been on set for like, it wasn't even a long shoot. It was like, I think six or 8 hours. It was really quick. And but they knew that I was there at 3 a.m. in Target doing that, pregnant. And they watched it and they were like, that was good. But you were on set for 8 hours doing that for a 30-second spot? And I was like, guys, that's short. Like in the film world, that's actually really short.
Fast.
And they just couldn't believe that. And I'm like, it's a lot of work, but
you have no idea.
We're crazy, but that's why we're in the industry.
100%. And that, it's so fun to have the tools too, to be able to create the image and the team that you have in your head.
Yeah, that for me is actually one of the most like fulfilling parts of film, is like a visual in your head coming to fruition in real life. And like I said, like even if it's a documentary piece, I definitely do have strong like imagery in my mind of moments that have to be in the film for me to feel this sense of fulfillment. And it's just so fulfilling when you have a storyboard and then you see it in real life and it's like, yes, this is what they're feeling, this is what I wanted.
Especially when you nail that shot, and it's fun to look at your storyboard after you've made the film and see how close it is, or how much you had to stray for time or locations. So kind of going into the end of this, I want to hear about what's going on with you for the next little bit. Where are you heading? What does the future look like for Sophia, being a mom and a director, especially with the momentum you seem to have right now?
Oh, thank you. Well, My number one goal is to sleep train my baby.
Get through that. You're like, I can't think through the next day.
Literally,
Just let me
I
focus.
feel like I'm running at 50% capacity right now.
Yeah.
But when I have my 8 hours of rest, I'm gonna go 100%. But no, I feel like the next year I'm really trying to push myself to honestly work with DPs that I've always wanted to work with. I have a few in mind that I've been talking to that I'm really, really excited to make projects with.
Cool.
That I think will bring a lot to the table and what we can create together. And then just focusing on the work as much as possible. I'm actually trying to, like last year I was doing a lot of the smaller jobs, which I love. I love my clients so much, like I really do. But I am trying to focus a bit more on just the bigger jobs, because I feel like with the bigger jobs where I can really sink my teeth into something, I feel the result is better. Everything's just more fun. It's more enjoyable and fulfilling for me. So I'm trying to focus a bit more on the bigger jobs and a little bit less on the smaller jobs. And then I'm also trying to push myself, just making stuff outside of the world of femininity and motherhood. I'm gonna try and pursue a project this summer that's very different from that.
Is this a passion project?
Yeah, it'll be a passion project. I'm gonna see if I can get a brand behind it or funding for it. If not, this is my plea that I will make it happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what's so cool about our industry too is even if you go to travel somewhere, it's like, how do I get this paid for? How do I attract people through the relationships and the businesses I've worked for?
Yeah.
Because you can attach your product to anything.
Yeah.
Just getting creative. That's what I love about this industry. So if you do that, then it's like, how do I get some funding?
Yeah.
Especially when you have a reputation behind the work you've made that people are like, I want to latch onto that.
Yeah, hopefully that will get funding. I'm really excited about that. And just striving to have some kind of balance with work and kids, which
I call it harmony.
Yeah,
it's like there is no balance.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm learning. There really is. It's impossible, but
so do you see yourself going any other direction, or do you see yourself staying in commercial?
I see.
Are you gonna make a feature one day?
Or
a TV show?
Not a TV show, no.
Just feature.
I don't think I think I'll do a feature. I've never said that I want to do a film. I've always been like, no, I'm just going to stick to like shorts or commercial. But I think I will once my kids are a bit older.
Yeah.
I just feel like one of my mentors, he made an amazing feature. And I feel like from my conversations with him, watching how much time it took away, or time it takes to put into that, that's like very unrealistic for me to do with young kids.
Yeah.
And I want to be there for my kids. Like I don't want them to think for me to be gone all the time.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say too is just like the reason that I keep doing film is because it really does fulfill me, and it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But equally motherhood does too. Like I feel so much fulfillment from my kids too. And there's so many times where I'm just with them and I'm like, I just need to like shut down the film side of me. Like it's not the right time. Like my kids are so young. I'm so sleep deprived right now, and I need to just focus on them. But another one of my mentors told me the other day about how your kids will feel if you're an unfulfilled parent.
Yeah.
And that it's just they can sense that from you, and it's so much better to have a fulfilled parent. It takes a lot more work and it might be a lot harder, but it's worth it for them to feel to be in that home environment where they feel that joy from you. And I know that my kids will feel that from me as they get older, especially. So I'm trying my best to fulfill both parts of my soul, but it is an uphill battle. I know that you probably feel
I was just gonna say I've got all kinds of thoughts on this, especially now having a 9-year-old.
Oh yeah. How is that as they get older?
It gets
harder?
hard.
I'm so
I am sick to my stomach right now because I've been working so much, but I'm like trying to build something that so you have to just be open and have a conversation, because he knows, and he's I feel like that age, it's like 9 to 12 and he's 9. You hear about anyone that's older and they've dealt with trauma in some sense, they're most affected in that like 3-year range.
Really? 9 to 12?
And they end up
I didn't know that.
needing to unpack a lot of that crap later from things that happened in that range. It's where we're kind of our most vulnerable state. We're learning who we are. So if things happen during that. Anyway.
Wow, I didn't know that.
He makes you feel terrible. But he doesn't mean to. He's just like, he'll drop things like, you're working so much. And it's like, oh, well, here's why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it gets harder. But one thing I was going to say, and I'm trying to remember what it was when, yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. When they're this young, where they're as young as they are for you right now, and then I still have my 3-year-old, 4-year-old, she will be 4, and then I have a 6-year-old. It's once they're like 6, they start to notice more that like you're working, but they don't care yet. Yeah. My youngest could care less. She just loves when I'm home, and who cares if he's gone, he'll be back, kind of thing.
So I should grind now.
Yeah, you should grind now, but at the same time, I think it's important that you do understand that. I'm not sorry, I said that like I'm preaching to you.
No.
It's important that the perspective is they do notice that you're fulfilling yourself, and think about when they are a lot older, that you pursued your dreams, that you didn't give your entire life to them, because when they get older, they'll understand how important it is to pursue a dream.
Yes.
And they'll respect you for that, and they'll look up to you for that, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, look what mom did. Totally. She worked so hard. Yeah, it's hard when they're in this 9 to 12-year-old stage because they don't get it. But then when they do get older, my hope is that he's like, yo, dad grinded. He was pushing so hard, and look what he built because of it. So I respect him for that.
Yeah.
Versus like kind of giving your life away for them in a sense. Like obviously you want to sacrifice and give them your time, but it's a balance. It's a trade-off. But I just like don't feel bad. Yeah. At the same time, you want to feel bad because you got to have balance and be there for them. But that's the perspective I try to have, is like, I heard it. I think I heard it from some kind of a video that someone said that they're like, you need to pursue your dreams because your kids will respect that one day that you did. Totally,
yeah. And they respect the sacrifice too.
Yeah.
Like, and I think even my daughter's 2.5. She's nearly 3. But I feel like I try and explain to her like where I'm going. Like, mom's going to go to work today, and why do we go to work? We go to work, to earn money. Yeah. But also, like, I really enjoy doing this, but I love you so much, and I'm going to be home. And I think, like, them feeling a little bit of the sacrifice is also a good thing as they look back. I hope. And hopefully it's not too traumatic.
Right, I hear it.
I don't know. I feel like when you are with them too, like, the quality time that they have with you, like, I really try to be present when I'm with her and my son. He's only 5 months. But I really do try and be present. And I think being a working mum helps you to really value that time when you are with them. Appreciate it. Not that you can't be, obviously, if you're a full-time parent. I have so much respect for full-time parents. Yes. But it's amazing what you're building too, though. Like,
thanks.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, it's
hard.
Amazing. I cannot imagine.
Family life's extremely important to me. But I just tell my kid there's seasons to reap and there's seasons to sow, and I'm in sowing right now, and it's like, but I was like, what about like 6 months ago when I'm home more often and things were a little bit slower or whatever. Like, try to remind him that because he thinks that when I'm working a lot, I always work a lot. And it's like, well, no, there's times that I don't. But helping him understand what I'm building, I'll like show him the videos, and like, I'm building a business, and he thinks it's so cool.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's really fun. But then one thing also to take away is like, their perception is 100% reality. So like, my kid goes, you never want to play because you're always at work. And that like killed me. I was actually kind of mad because I'm not always at work. I was kind of mad, and I was like, dude, I was like, because I grew up without a dad. I was like, at least you have a dad. Like, I didn't even have a dad, and I'm home. And so I kind of was frustrated, but then I, removed myself, and I was like, if that's his perception, like that's his reality as a kid. So I need to do something. So it was like a reality check of like, I need to do something to change this. So I changed my schedule a little bit to make sure I could like take him to school in the morning or something. Sweet. And so that's really sweet. So when you hear those things as your kids get older, it's like, it sucks.
I'm going to give up my whole career. If
like, I quit.
One of my kids says that, I'm like, I'm out.
I'll just be with you guys. But it's cool. I think it's important that you're even aware of it and conscious of it. It means you care.
Yeah. So I hope so. Just try and traumatize them as little as possible is the goal.
I think it's going to be the opposite of what I think a lot of kids grew up with back in the day. Their kids are going to be in therapy. My mom was around too much, or my dad gave me everything I wanted. I'm traumatized from it.
It's interesting because my mom, she was a full-time stay-at-home mom, and I remember my brother, love him, but he was a little bit disrespectful to her in saying like, "Mom, what do you even do all day?" And now that I'm a parent, she was raising 6 kids. Now that I'm a parent, I'm like, obviously she was busy, like doing things. But yeah, it's just, I do think I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that she was a full-time mom. She was there every single time I came home from school. She was just very present, and I really am grateful for that. But I'm also really grateful that we live in this age and generation where like it's a lot more normalized to be a working mum, and there's a lot less guilt attached to it, at least compared to when she was a mum.
Yeah.
Not that would have changed the way she did things even, but like we really can just choose what we want, which is great. And yeah, I just feel very grateful that I can fulfill both sides of my soul right now. And maybe right now, like a mentor told me that he was like, you know, if you want to be like a present parent, your career is probably going to be slower, but that's okay.
Yeah.
If you can be okay with that. And I'm totally okay with that. Like,
that's a great point.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm okay with a slower career if I don't want to look back when my kids have left the home and be like, oh, I should have been there for more things. Like I want to be a present mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I don't know if you took from Parker's podcast that really struck me.
Oh, yes.
When he was like, I wish
thing.
I would have gone a little bit slower.
Yes. That did stand out to me. That like hit me when I heard that.
Oh my gosh, thank goodness, because I've felt like I should be going faster.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've gone at a pretty good pace to still, obviously, I'm not saying he neglected anyone. It was just like he went so fast, and he said that's like one regret. So I think
that hit me when he said
totally,
that.
and I think that it's cool for you to have that perspective of like, go a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Because when you get to whatever the heck your destination is, it's like, okay, well, why am I here? Yeah, like, what am I doing?
And all your people are left behind. It's like, what's the point? What is the point? I think about that.
That's 100%. So we're towards the end of this.
Yeah.
And I just want to have you speak to moms and just end it with a piece of advice to anyone that, I don't know, is a female in the filmmaking world that wants to have kids eventually, or they could even be someone that wants to be a director that may already have kids. Give them a little bit of advice or perspective, maybe perspective on like what it takes. You've already talked a lot about it, of just how it is to be a mom, and obviously having that balance, what's important to you, still being fulfilled. Just wrap it up with like, speak to the mom that wants to do what you're doing.
Oh, okay. What would I say? What would I say?
You gotta love it.
Yeah, you have to absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Seriously, you have to absolutely love it, and like know that there's nothing else you want to do, because there are a lot of easier careers to do than this, and probably a lot better careers that would suit your lifestyle. But if you know that this is something that you are meant to pursue, and you feel that joy that comes from it, go for it. Like, let yourself dream big. Surround yourself with people who are also doing it. I feel that I have amazing examples in my life of women in film and also mothers in film. That is crucial, because having those figures to look up to is like monkey see, monkey do. Like you it's so much harder to be the first to do something, maybe in your community or your environment, even if that's just like following someone online and seeing how they're somehow managing it. I think makes a big difference.
At least presenting to manage it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy, it's highlight reel. And then also not being afraid to ask for help. Like, I think that's something that I've really learned with having my second baby, is just trying to accept help when it's given to me. With my first baby, I rejected meals. I can't believe that. People would be like, can I drop off a meal? I'd be like, no, it's fine. No.
Take the meal.
Accept the freaking meal. Like, accept the help, because if someone offers to babysit or just help, or just hiring out a babysitter that you absolutely can trust, that your kids will feel comfortable with, like, it's okay. And just listening to that inner voice or intuition, spirit, whatever you want to call it, like when your kids need you, maybe they need that quality one-on-one time. Like I love that example that you've adjusted your schedule to do that with your kids. Like that to me shows that I think it's so easy to like go for something and like turn on your blinders and like not think about anyone else. But that's how
they only need 15 minutes of like undivided quality attention. Not that you can't give them more, but like that goes so far. And it's so easy to do, but it seems so hard in the moment. So I think the perfect
Hope that
advice.
helps.
I think that if anyone is aspiring to be a filmmaker, that is a mom, go follow you, Sophia Prestwich, at Sophia Prestwich. Check out what you've got going. I think it's amazing. I love your work.
Thank you so much.
Because I'm a very emotional person. I'm very
Aw.
deep. And the fact that you hear music and it sings to you like it does to me, it's like, I love that.
I
So
love a good soundtrack.
I'll continue to watch what you're up to.
Same for you.
If we ever get an opportunity to work together, I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Just because, like I said, I love your style. If there's ever an
Thank you.
opportunity to have you come in, or you vice versa, have us
Yeah.
come help you, we would love that. So we'll just wrap it up there.
Perfect.
So
Thank you so much. This was great therapeutic
it was
conversation.
so
to have.
fun to have you on and hear your perspective. It was just a different perspective, which I think is really cool. Not
Yeah.
only that, being a mom, but from being from Europe
Oh yeah.
and hearing the differences between that and America. So this is a filmmaker's journey. This is your guest, Sophia Prestwich. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. Thank you.
I can hear the music.
Dun, 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 dun.